Hey ho, I got fuzzy baby ducks. The New England Brewing Company All Citra IPA, only 6.2%. They've been making this for many years. I got a couple batches of it back 2022, 2023. One was pretty clear. I did a video review of that. Then the next batch was pretty hazy. With this one, this is actually almost a month old. It's February 5th, dating today is March 5th. Of course, February is a short month. And I bought this from a 12 pack that was stored, vertically, so the cans were on their sides, and it was super duper hazy at first. And now it's cleared out. A lot of the sediment has fallen, but I'm just going to roll it a little bit because it's cleared out quite a bit, and the haze really affects the flavor and body a lot. And I've really enjoyed it. I think maybe it's a little less bitter than it was a few years ago when I had it. Maybe the yeastiness makes it a little bit more tropical, a little more classic New England style, because this beer they were brewing this before hazy IPA really took off / existed. Let's jump into it. And basically every beer store, liquor store I looked at in the Connecticut area has this. And people are probably getting it, and it's been sitting, upright for a while and clearing out a bit. So you can see that's got some haze to it. Can't really see my finger through, but I can when I do this. And the head looks pretty nice. There you go. You got the wacky label. Usually cute labels I don't care much about, but I just like that duck. I think that duck's funny. I was going to buy some merch at their brewery, but then they closed the merch store and the beer store after 6 on Sundays. You can still legally sell merch. Maybe I could have bought it at the bar, I don't know, but Big Citra. And it kind of smells like, modern hazy IPA Citra. I mean, it's got some hints of like half acre, sort of Midwest, not really hazy IPA. But there's some of that juicy fruit, cotton candy, bubblegum type thing, along with extremely sweet citrus, but I mean, just that classic Citra quality is definitely in there. This is probably refrigerated its whole life, so it's in like very good shape right now. And the head's still sticking around. But yeah, definitely more bitterness than hazy IPA, New England style hazy IPA. And one said you kind of notice it, and it has a little bit more like an old-fashioned like yeast thing, a little more like it seems like they use what you might call clean American ale yeast, whereas most hazy IPA uses some kind of like English ale yeast. But yeah, it's carrying that Citra quality, even though that sort of sweet candy Citra, like I don't connect with bitterness. You can still, if you boil Citra, you can make a bitter beer, And even like when you first sip it, it has this like resinous, I'm just kind of West Coast, I don't know how else to say it, like spicy, bitter quality right on the palate. It's something that you can't really get from the aroma. Excuse me. And that pour in a little more haze. Yep, definitely a little more hazy now. But it's not quite to the hazy level where the light catches it and it looks pale. Like, see, it looks kind of like darker, even though it's not like it's a darker IPA. And there's still a good amount of sediment in there. And the feel is like, I don't know if it's from the bitterness, the feel is like not ultra silky smooth. It's like not, I'm listening to see if it's like overcarbed. It's not quite perfectly in the perfect mouthfeel. I think I liked, yeah, Sea Hag may have had a little bit better feel. Their sort of flagship classic American IPA. And they have another one called Supernaut. I think that was my favorite, and that was the least hazy. And that one had a really nice head and feel too. Well, this is cool because it kind of connects IPAs circa 10, 15 years ago with, like, when this was first brewed, with modern, super aromatic, citra-forward, you know, candy-ish IPAs. Which you might think a bitter candy is a weird thing, but it works. What a surprising amount of bitterness. I wish they would list the IBUs, even though, like, when IBUs almost kind of mean nothing, especially when you're talking hazy IPA. This doesn't have any, like, hop burn or, like, chalkiness, any of that sort of thing, like Trillium. Maybe if I poured all the sediment in, it's like a old-fashioned West Coast IPA bitterness, like I said. And it's refreshing to have that in the beer, literally and figuratively. It's just the feel isn't great for me. Yeah, maybe adding in all that sediment didn't help it as much. It's a little bit grainy, maybe. Not exactly. Yeah, maybe it is a little chalky when you pour in all that. So I'd recommend pouring in a little haze, but not all of it. But it's a very nice beer. 4.33.